We now welcome on board then our experts and figure out what they're making of the market right now. We have Vinit Bolinjkar joining in on the fundamentals, and Kunal and Naresh is always here to talk about the technicals as well. Kunal, some amount of consolidation well on the cards?
Yeah, I think looks like that now we could be looking at more of a stagnation for the indices, at least looking at the way the market internals are playing out today, because I think the key data to look out for was the lack of follow through for stock like HDFC Bank. Now, after yesterday's gap up for the stock where it moved closer to that 1770, 1775 mark, and from there the stock going to a mild correction, coming back and filling that gap. So that indicates that the pace of rally is now cooling off for that stock, and same is happening with many of the other larger cap names which are going through a phase of rally. Reliance had a fantastic rally going into the end of the previous week, and this week somehow has been a bit more stagnant for the stock in terms of the price range. So I would probably believe that this could be an indication that the markets may also go into a gradual consolidation. That doesn't mean that the view for the indices have changed. It's just that I think we would now have to be very stock specific in terms of trying to pick up trades which are riding on high momentum rather than relying on stocks which could probably have given a breakout earlier, or where the momentum has been lacking, and to try and anticipate that there could be a reversal could be a bit tricky. So I think it's better to go with the stocks which are riding on high momentum. I think that's where the momentum would continue.
Okay, point taken. Vinit, a view on the pharma space in AstraZeneca, Lupin, Loris, Zydus Life, they're all firing away. Any stock within the pharma vertical that you like? I remember you have been quite positive on the likes of IOCL, IOL, etc. Anything else that you are watching out for?
So, we've just recently initiated coverage on Indoco Remedies. This stock is, absolutely available at meltdown valuations. Very, very low downside, and the company has taken significant measures to alleviate the drop in margins which we've seen in the last year. So we are expecting over the next couple of quarters the margins to come back, and they have done sufficient investments, almost 400 crores invested over the last couple of years, another 200 crores of capex on the cards. And we believe that the company can easily clock 16 to 17% top line growth over the next 2-3 years. So given that kind of environment, I believe that Indoco Remedies is a stock which is going very cheap, available at stress valuations, and the management is pretty well embedded in the business. They've been around for 30 years. And, their product range is also very, very strong. They've taken a lot of remedial measures in the US in terms of strategy, where they're setting up their own subsidiary. And, so earlier they were doing dossier sales and partnerships. So that is going in with their own subsidiary in the US. We expect margins to go up. Also, they're carving out a new subsidiary within themselves, which will cater to OTC products. They have Sensodent, which is a very strong brand, commands 90% share of the dental medicated market. And we think that this brand can really fire away. So next 3 years looks very good. One of the cheapest stocks on a PEG ratio and good ROICs. So it's a thumbs up from me. And I think, 700 to 1000 can be the range for the stock over the next 3 to 4 years.
Right, okay, that's some of the take coming in on the pharma universe right now. But Naresh, hi, afternoon. Let's talk about technology. It's really sort of flattered everyone. One didn't think that it's going to be such a strong move across IT. And today, of course, the likes of HCL Technologies are the ones which are actually, ruling the charts. What within IT do you believe one can look to buy afresh?
So as of now, the breakouts which have shown a little more strong momentum and structure has been Tech Mahindra, which gave a breakout above the swing highs of the last few months, above that 1400 mark. Still has a lot of headroom. The previous highs were around 1800, 1850. So that is one. HCL Tech clearly, because it's been a leader in terms of the large cap IT names. So any dips back to 1500, that would be a buy. TCS looks interesting because, again, it's been a relative outperformer in the whole pack. But closer to 3900, 3950, any dips would be a buying opportunity. The only difference is they are no more strong trending. They've been making slow and steady moves. So it's better to be a buyer on dips than to get into rallies here.
That's the view coming in as far as some of the IT stocks are concerned. But remember, a couple of brokerages have actually turned positive. Yesterday, it was Nomura which has turned bullish on the entire sector. In fact, the likes of Wipro, etc., had got a double upgrade. We did speak with the analyst earlier today, Abhishek Bhandari. Listen into his view on IT and why they turned bullish now.
The basis of our upgrade right now is the proprietary G2000 database, what we maintain, wherein we track the revenue growth outlook of the largest 2000 companies in the world by revenues, who cumulatively form around 80% of global tech budgets. Now, when we had downgraded the sector in May 2022, we saw early signs of revenue slowing down, leading to a cut in discretionary demand. And now we are seeing some signs of stabilization in those revenues, for those companies, which makes us believe that the further bad news on the discretionary cut may not happen. And the same database, throws up an interesting data that the revenue growth for these enterprises are expected to rise to almost 4% after declining 1% in calendar 24 to around plus 4% in calendar 25. So to us, the bad news from a revenue decline or revenue negative surprise perspective is largely over, which means that the EPS cut cycle for the sector should largely be over now, and hence it makes sense for the investors to relook at the sector.
Right, okay. Well, the two stocks that we flagged off earlier at the start of the show, let's bring up those for you, Mazgaon as well as Cochin Shipyard. Vinit, have to get your opinion on the entire defense pack and especially these two names.
I personally think that they're in very bubbly territory. The valuations are very rich, but the momentum is very high out here. And, the order wins are good. But, if you really want to take a fundamental view on in terms of the valuations, I think they're a little stretched out here. And while they obviously wouldn't want to ask people to sell, but, you have to be very careful with these trades out there.
On some of the defense stocks, definitely there's a lot of momentum there, but the big question is how much is in the price or not. But in terms of the other big movers, it's Honasa Consumer also, which is perking up 8%, and Inox Wind up 11%. Kunal, a view on either of the two names if you track Inox Wind and Honasa Consumers?
So I think Inox Wind is interesting because the stock till just about yesterday or day before had come back towards very close towards its 200-day moving average, ending almost a 6 to 7 months of consolidation, which started off from December 2023, Jan 2024. Stock had made a high of 180, and from there, from 180 to 140 was the broad range for Inox Wind. And I think after yesterday's mild retracement, today's catalyst in terms of the news flow, I would probably believe that we could now be looking at a breakout and an end of this time-wise consolidation for stocks, for the stock. So specifically, I think at current levels also, I believe that there should be an upside potential of another 20-22 points for Inox Wind, which should take the stock back towards that 180 mark. So even at current levels, I would believe traders could look at a buy. Of course, the quantum of or the position sizing has to matter over here, because after today's run up of 10%, it might be possible that the stock may get into a couple of days of pause. But I think broadly from here on to the next maybe couple of months, we should be looking at least another 15 to 20% upside.
Okay, that's a buy really coming in on Inox Wind, which has been on a tear today. But after making the nation proud in the Caribbean and lifting the T20 World Cup trophy for a second time, Team India has returned home to a rousing reception from almost 1.5 billion people. Fans in large numbers gathered outside the Moria Hotel in New Delhi, where the players directly went and then celebrated with the staff and supporters by cutting a cake. The victorious squad then met the Prime Minister at his residence, and now the men in blue are going to arrive in Mumbai, where they're going to be taking part in an open bus parade and celebrate the T20 success with fans in the evenings. And after that, they're going to make their way to the Wankhede Stadium as well. We'll take a very quick break. Be right back. We'll continue tracking markets and all the other news on the other side. But you know what? Some of our team members are already there. We have Time Network's Rakesh joining in to tell us what exactly is happening on Marine Drive right now.
Well, we are right at the Nariman point, and we are just about to reach the Hotel Trident, and then only 100 to 200 meters away from the NCBA junction, from where this victory parade is about to start. And right now, I would try to show you this video of the bus. If I would ask my camera person to get down the car and show the video. So this is the open bus which is prepared, which is all set to welcome the team India. So all the champions will onboard this open bus. and then this victory parade will start from the NCAPA point and will end at Wankhede. So even the Mumbaikars are eagerly waiting for the Team India, and they want to welcome Team India. In fact, the team players are also very excited to meet their fans so that they can enjoy and they can share this historic moment with their fans. And this is, you can see that our T20 World Cup champions 2024, and you can also see a huge posters where you may see Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Bumrah, Jadeja, all the players are lined up here along with the Jaisha holding this trophy. So this is the special bus, and that's the open bus, and in the same bus Team India will be boarding. So and I would like to show you the location. This is the Marine Drive location, and this bus is reaching the NCPA point very much shortly, and the excitement is very high. Everybody is very excited, and they all are waiting for that historic moment to be created again.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.